Let us travel back in time for a moment. It's July 23rd, 1962, and you and tens of millions of other people are gathered around their TV sets, turn their dial to CBS or NBC, and tune into the first live news broadcast. A transatlantic broadcast reaching an audience throughout North America and Europe. In Europe, Europeans are watching the Phillies play the Cubs, and for many of them, it was the first time any of them had ever witnessed baseball in their lives. Meanwhile, in America, North Americans were watching images of Big Ben, the Coliseum, and other European landmarks that many of us have only dreamt of going to. Live TV broadcasting has been in existence for roughly 54 years, making it a fetus in comparison to some other professions out there. But I believe that this innovation helped bring the world together by showing us that just because something isn't affecting us where we live, that doesn't mean it's not affecting someone just like us in a different place. When I first started to email professionals for interviews, I intended to meet with as many people as possible so I could pick the best mentor for me. I'm very grateful for the 5 interviews I've had so far, and I've learned something new from each and every one of them. My first interview was with Jack Fink. He's the political reporter for CBS, and to me, he emphasized the point of being able to work in a team. He said you have to be capable of working in a team and relying on them to help you achieve your goals. Because being a reporter, you'll have deadlines every single day, and the news waits for no one. So if you miss your deadline, you may good and well end up out of a job. He also said that you need to be able to build relationships with your coworkers so that way when you do need them to help you, they'll be willing and able to do so. My second interview was with Stephen Howard. He is a former NBA player and current news analyst for ESPN, and I was eager to meet with him because he emphasized to me the sports side of the industry. And when I first started interviewing people, I wanted to meet with people in the different beats of journalism. Beats meaning politics, sports, investigative, etc. Mr. Howard emphasized to me the importance of persistence. In a field such as broadcast journalism, it's very competitive because everyone just wants to be on TV. But you have to get used to getting told no, because sometimes you'll get told no just because you don't have the look that they're after or the voice that they want to be on TV. But you can't get discouraged by your setbacks, and you must be able to push past and be persistent in the pursuit of your passion. And you have to be passionate about what you're doing, or your persistence will fade along with your success. My next interview was with Dave Evans, and he is the current coordinating producer for Fox Sports Southwest. And he emphasized to me the importance of internships. And not just getting an internship so it impresses future employers, but to get one and to make the most out of it. Because when you have an internship or a job or anything like that, you'll need to put in much work as you want to get out of it. So he said that since he does hire the reporters and the interns that apply to be a part of their program at Fox Sports, he says that the ones that stand out to him the most are the ones that do more than what is expected of them and always want to learn more every single day that they're there, instead of waiting to be told to do something and then doing it just because they were asked to. The next interview I had was with Christopher James, and he's the sports editor and producer for NBC. He emphasized to me the importance of gaining computer skills, and not just the computer skills that we all have, the basics, but to go more in depth and to be able to do things on your own without having to ask for assistance. Since the broadcast journalism industry is being integrated with online platforms, it's very important for reporters to know how to do more than just the basic computer skills. When he told me this, I was actually really excited because I have been planning to major in journalism with a minor in computer programming or software engineering. He also told me that he started, so to speak, at the bottom of the totem pole. He started off as a cameraman and worked his way up to a producer and editor like he is today. So when he told me that, he said that you need to push your pride aside, essentially, and be willing to start at the bottom to get to where you really want to be. The last interview I'm going to touch on was with Jennifer Lindgren. She is a reporter and fill-in anchor for CBS, and she emphasized to me the importance of having a passion for what you're doing. She's been in the business for 13 years, and every time she talked about what made her happy in her job, her eyes lit up and she was very excited. She told me that the best part of her job was being able to give people a voice and to share situations that are affecting people in other communities so everyone is aware of what's going on. She told me that sometimes it's going to be hard and you're going to have to make personal sacrifices to be successful in this field. So you need to be passionate about what you're doing or you won't enjoy any of it. She, for instance, gets up at 2 o'clock in the morning every day because she's on the daybreak part of the CBS network. And she says that, yeah, it's hard to get up that early every day, and she goes to bed at 7 p.m. so that way she can get enough sleep to be ready to go. But she says that it's worth it because she loves what she's doing. When I first started doing my research assessments, I started to focus on the career outlook and the requirements of being a part of this field. And when I noticed that there was a 9% decline in the career outlook, I realized that I need to use my next research assessments to find ways that people are combating the decline and making the industry flourish in the way that it used to be. That's when I stumbled upon media literacy, media ethics, and layered journalism. Media literacy is simply the critique and analysis of the impact that journalism has on the culture and the society that people that are watching the news. Media literacy is important for all reporters to understand because they need to know the impact that they're having on their viewers. And that also goes hand in hand with media ethics. And media ethics, unfortunately, goes overlooked sometimes in the pursuit of finding just the best story. And the fact that it's being talked about more is very good in the sense that since social media is so prevalent today and the instant gratification that it brings, many people are just able to take a picture of something that's going on, say a shooting or a car accident, and post it on social media for everyone to see. And that's a sensitive matter. And I know that personally, if I was involved in something like that and someone posted it, I would be somewhat upset. But being a reporter, you have to understand the ethical side of it. And yes, you are required to report on it, but there's a certain way to do so, and that's why I was interested in learning more about the ethics that accompanies broadcast journalism. The last point I want to touch on is about layered journalism. Layered journalism is a newly implemented technique that many reporters are using. And reporters used to be the only ones gathering the information, creating the stories. But now with social media and citizen journalism, as it is called, the citizens are reporting things, so to speak, on social media. And that allows the reporters to gain sources and to work with other people to create their stories more efficiently and to get their point across more effectively. This year, I've decided to base my original work off of aging out of the foster care system. I plan to make a video documentary over what it's like to age out and the effects that it has on people. But so far, my primary focus has been on gathering research and having interviews with people who have aged out of the foster care system to see their perspective on what it's like and the challenges that they have faced in doing so. I wanted to do this original work because one day I was at the store with my dad, and my dad just loves to make small talk with a lot of people that he meets. And so he was talking to the cashier and asked her about her family and about her childhood and all this and that. And she replies by saying that she didn't have a family. And that really hit me hard, and it hit my dad hard. He stopped what he was doing and he just said, "I'm so sorry." And so that is really why I wanted to make this original work, to raise awareness about what it's like to age out of the foster care system and the effects that it has on the people involved. The quote that I've chosen to represent my journey throughout ISM this year is that you have to leave the city of your comfort and go into the wilderness of your intuition. What you discover will be wonderful, and what you discover will be yourself. And that is said by director Alan Alda. And I think that this applies to not just my journey through ISM, but through all aspects of my life. Because I wanted to be a part of this class in order to step out of my comfort zone and to grow. So I've dedicated this year to my growth and to be persistent in the pursuit of what I want to do as my future career. And I'm very excited to share my endeavors with all of you. Thank you.